Hey guys, back with another video. How you guys doing? Today I just want to talk about artificial intelligence today. I want to talk about AI pretty much. And question, is AI taking our jobs? Or is it gonna take our jobs? Maybe sooner or later, maybe. Because I'm confused. So I'm sure you guys have heard about all this artificial intelligence, and if you haven't, I don't know what type of rock you've been living under, but AI is pretty much coming for our jobs, coming for everybody's jobs. Well, maybe not everybody, but I'll say like a good majority of us. You know, like those specific jobs that technically don't need human interactions to run. Should we be scared? Because people that are going to college, you know, going to school, studying for this stuff, studied for years and years and years, just to have their position taken over by artificial intelligence because it's more efficient, or it makes people's jobs more easier according to the employers. So what's that tell me? That tells me that instead of paying a real live human being, you know, maybe $100,000 a year to do a position every year, for them it might just be a little bit easier to hire a robot, pay $100,000 one time, and then maybe just pay for maintenance. I know it's happening at Amazon already. A lot of people that work at Amazon, they barely even work anymore because they have robots in there that whenever you come into work, you stand in a booth, or you stand in like a cubicle type thing, and you pick out the item, you give it to the robot takes it to wherever. How long is it till the robot just scans the item by itself, picks it up, and takes it to wherever? Because technically, that's what it's doing. All it needs is a camera, all it needs is a sensor, you know, to scan the item, verify the item, and then next thing you know, there's your position. Have you guys heard about Walmart, the Walmart CEO? What he said? They're hiring for about, they're 2.1 million headcount. They're freezing it for the next 3 years to incorporate AI technologies. So that means like millions of people won't be hired from the Walmart facility due to the incorporation of artificial intelligence, or intelligence. There's so many different terms that they choose to call it. Basically, we're being replaced by robots. So if you can't find a job at Walmart, if you can't find a job at Amazon or something like that, it's probably because the robot's filling the position. Like, have you guys seen some of these videos where like robots are physically like picking up boxes and walking with them? Yeah, it's kind of scary when you think about it. And I mean, it's scary just in general. Like, if you've ever seen anything like iRobot, or, you know, just all these movies where obviously the artificial intelligence goes bad. So yeah, it's a little scary, because then whenever you have these robots or whatever working in these companies, you know, they might not want to leave. And then they might not have to, because it's costing less money over time for a company. Imagine you're an employer and you have to pay somebody $150,000 a year to press a button, or you have to pay somebody that much money to actually, like, you know, oversee something, oversee a job or something. So how easy would it be to just be like, hey, instead of having you do it, we're just going to incorporate the AI technology, and what they say is what they say is they're doing it to make people's jobs easier, which, yeah, they're making jobs easier, but you don't want your job to be so easy to the point where they don't need you. You understand what I'm saying, right? So yes, it's easier. And then in corporation, a lot of people are gonna be happy about it. Oh yeah, this is easy. It's making my job easy. I barely have to do anything. Until the time comes where they're like, you don't have to do anything at all. Matter of fact, you don't even have to work. That's the scary part. Like, the CEO, Doug McMillon, came out and said they're incorporating over the next 3 years artificial intelligence. As hard as it is to find a job now as an actual human being, a living, breathing human being, as hard as it is to find a job now, we don't need any more artificial intelligence coming in and making our lives easier. But of course, you have people that don't want to work, that refuse to see that maybe you might get your wish after all. But the problem is, we need money to live. So you have to work, no matter what it is, no matter what type of job that you do. You have to work to get money. And especially if you're in a position where it's like super, super, super easy, almost no physical work, no physical labor, those jobs are the type of jobs that I feel like they're going to come for first. They're going to come for the jobs where you don't have to do anything. You might just review paperwork or sign paperwork all day, and it's not that hard. We have cars that are self-driving. We have cars that you don't even have to physically park anymore, or it will be in the future, right? Like, I believe Elon Musk just came out and said, he's working on your car being able to just drop you off in front of the store, and whenever you're done, you don't have to go find an actual physical parking spot anymore. Like, in the future, he wants it to be where you don't have to find a parking spot. Your car lets you out in the store, or by the store, the front of the store, and it goes and finds a parking spot. And when you're ready to go, your car comes to you and allows you to begin. So really, what it is yes, it's making it easier. It's making everybody's life a little bit easier, but it's also making people lazy. It's making people less and less used to actually physically doing work. And who's to say that, okay, let's say we have a robot as a chauffeur. Cars are already driving. They're already driving by themselves. And so what does that mean for us? That means that people now are becoming less and less of an asset to companies, because companies know that it's costing them over basically hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay one person. Some people actually have salaries that they're getting paid over $100,000 a year, right? But if you're a company, right, and you are losing money, right, especially if we're dealing with inflation, we're dealing with everything in society right now, we're dealing with the government crashes, we're dealing with just pretty much everything that's, rent prices are going up, everything's going up, unemployment rate is going up. It's easier for a business owner or a company head to just say, man, instead of working on trying to get people motivated about work, trying to get people actually, involved in the company, forget them. We don't have to deal with bad attitudes, or we don't have to deal with, people wanting their just due, if we can just replace them by a robot. And that's how a lot of CEOs are thinking, that we can reduce, work and make it easier for everybody. Make AI basically work side by side with people, which is, it's a problem, because eventually, right, what happens is artificial intelligence, it keeps getting better and better and better and better and better, to the point where it's eventually like, okay, well, we're teaching the artificial intelligence to take our jobs. We're teaching the artificial intelligence to actually remove us from our positions. Even like important jobs like coding jobs and all these certain things. You have Grok, you got ChatGPT, you have all of these different intelligences that do work for you. People are going to school and using artificial intelligence, so it makes you you don't even have to physically be educated anymore. You can just literally ask a question. What's the answer to this question? It gives you the answer to the question. It gives you the what, why, when, where, how it came to the conclusion. How long is it until they're just like, hey, we're gonna make our own stuff up? You already got robots acting haywire, threatening people and pushing people, and you got, they're violent. So if you guys ever seen like iRobot, it's like we physically have robots that look like that now. We have robots that can blink, that can talk, that can think. How long until it's all robots? No more humans. Humans don't want to work. Fine. We don't need human work. We have robots to work for them. So, just think about that. It's just something to think about. If you I walked in a racetrack, and it's a gas station where before you used to have physical people in there mopping the floors, sweeping the floors. They was actually working, that was a job in itself, like a janitorial position at the racetrack. You see them outside cleaning the parking lots and stuff. Like, still you see some people outside cleaning the parking lots, physically picking up trash. But if you go in the inside, you're seeing the robot sweeping the floor, right? It's following you around. It's got a face. It's talking to you. It's following people around. It's got wheels and stuff. You see people aren't physically cutting their grass. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can go and buy a lawnmower that cuts the grass for you. It won't even leave off the yard if you don't want it to. It will go in a line and cut every inch of your grass for you without you doing anything. So people are being lazy, right? It's making us lazy. That's the problem. It's making us lazy, and it's gonna make people lazy to the point where they're like, hey, well, I don't need to cut my grass. I'll just have the bot do it. And then, I don't need to wash my dishes. I'll just have the bot do it, right? What happened if they made robots affordable to regular people? How many people do you think would actually physically have a robot doing the stuff that they don't want to do? Going to work for them, cleaning for them, going grocery shopping for them, doing everything else for them. It's gonna make people be so lazy to the point where it's like, well, hey, I just got my robot to do it. My robot can just do whatever for me. And that's where it's scary for people that are assets, people that have to physically go in places. Now, obviously, there's not going to be like every single job taken by AI, but the problem is that there is jobs getting taken by AI. There's positions being removed due to artificial intelligence, positions that were once an asset, positions that were once only a qualified human being could fill. At this point, it's not like that anymore. So, are they coming for our jobs?